Every time I pull up at the Let Out, it's a spectacle.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Let Out. We got a great show for you. I want to go ahead and start by introducing my co-host Alicia, my co-host Sylvia, and my co-host Chris. All right. So we want to start off today's topic, and we want to talk about should you have access or privileges to your to the finances of your mate, or should you be able to look at their phone? Should you have the code and all of that good stuff?
Yes.
We want to talk about that. Then we're going to talk about the surprise topic, and then we're going to go into another topic, and we'll discuss that a little later. But I kind of got a feeling we'll be a little tied up on a couple of these topics. So we'll go ahead and get started. And I'll start with Sylvia this time. So Sylvia, should you have access to your mates? Let's start with the phone. Should you have access to the phone?
When you say mate, are we talking marriage?
Marriage, mate. I mean, like because all of us aren't married yet, so I'm just gonna say mate. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Depending on how long you've been together, like I don't think you should be coming out the box talking about I need access to your phone or whatever. It's how serious the relationship is. In a marriage, I think you should. Does it mean that you can take advantage of it? But you just never know when you have to get into your significant other or spouse phone for whatever reason. You can put your damn dirty glass back. Because you like seriously though, you never know for whatever emergency purposes. And if y'all have that type of relationship where you're open, and I don't understand why you shouldn't. Like I know the code to Steven's phone, although he don't remember. I've told him the code to mine 50 times. Like,
no, go ahead.
He's so full of it. I don't understand why. What are you hiding that you can't, or that you feel like your mate shouldn't? So I mean, I don't see a problem with it. Me personally.
Okay. Awesome. Chris,
I'm gonna say, man, honestly, why? You don't need it. Like I don't necessarily like. I'm not looking for your phone. I don't want to go through your phone. It's neither here nor there. Not necessarily saying that ignorance is bliss, but if you go looking for shit, you might find something. I ain't looking. I don't want to go through your phone. First and foremost, I trust. I mean, not saying that the next person is the opposite of what I'm saying. Like I trust you. I feel what you were saying, Sylvia, on like what if it's an emergency situation. Well, look, man, I feel like if an emergency situation, you already got the contacts in your phone for who you need to contact in an emergency situation. I'm pretty sure you got my mama, dad, sister, cousin, auntie, whoever, and 911. Like you don't really need access to all of it.
But when you put a bad connotation on having access to your mate's phone, because you automatically think that if you got access to it, you're going into it to look for something. Why do you have to have access? When you have access, you got to go looking for something. What you think like that, but that's just not necessarily so. Like I will only go in because I don't have.
What other reason do I need to go in?
You never know. Like what if something happens to them? Like seriously, no, don't eat that.
Well, you talking about if something happens? I mean, you talking about like in the sense of where if something happens, I need to log on to your Facebook or your Twitter account. I mean, I got all of your family contacts. Pictures. What am I looking for?
Bad thing that comes behind it. But okay, case in point. When my father-in-law passed away, there were certain people that I needed to contact. I don't have their number. Their number is in Steven's phone. Steven was in condition to do that, make those calls or whatever. So how else I'm gonna get it?
Well, you know, with these newfangled devices like our co-host
5G.
Alicia with 5G Billy Truck Alicia and whatnot.
Yeah.
So these $1,000 phones, you know, they have like I'll use this for example. I know a lot of these phones have facial recognition. That's the lock. Ain't no way you can get through that. I do know that maybe there's a secondary route.
You can get through facial recognition because if it doesn't recognize your face, it's going to automatically ask you for the passcode.
Right.
Yes, you know. So go ahead and Alicia.
hell yes, I should have your code and you can have mine too. There's nothing on this phone that you wouldn't be able to be privy to. And I want that same consideration. And I don't care about if you're worried about what my intention is. If I should want to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I should happen to reach over and your phone should happen to be there and the correct code should be entered and I go perusing, that is my business.
Right.
Now,
No,
I
it's
do
actually
agree
his.
that it's how it works.
No,
But I don't feel like, of course, I know that if you feel the need to go through it, that's a trust issue. It's something else going on in the relationship.
right.
But at the same point, to try to tell somebody, no, you can't have it, you are automatically now putting a seed where it may not even need to be planted in that person's head.
Right.
So if you don't want somebody snooping because it's distrustful or that's what it shows you, then don't even leave that out there for them. Like, don't even do that. I need just because I have the code don't even necessarily mean that I'm going to go through it. I just want to go ahead and make sure that, hey, I have it, you have it, we trust each other. There's nothing that we're hiding.
Right.
Like I said, it don't mean that I'm going to wake up, I'm going to go through the phone, or when you walk out the room, I'm going to try to sneak and grab the phone, because hopefully if we're married or we're in a relationship, we pass that point.
But do you ask for the
I'm gonna tell you how I know you're gonna go through it,
Yes.
because you use the word
Yes.
perusing. Nobody who's not gonna go through a phone uses perusing. She said perusing through your phone. Yeah, that's a sneaky motherfucker right there off top. You know what I'm saying? Perusing.
But no, my thing though is that once you go ahead, and like I said, you put that seed of distrust where it's like I asked you for your code and you looking at me all upside my head and you don't want to give it to me. At this point now it's a problem.
But that's just you planted the seed right then, like by accident.
No, you planted the seed.
No, you did, because you asked for it. Why you gotta have it?
If I don't have my phone, and let's say I need it for whatever reason, I need to make a call,
I'll give it to you then, or I'll put the code in and give it to you.
No, don't put the code into shit.
No, put it in and give it to you.
No. Exactly. That would be my question. What is the motherfucking problem?
Why you just can't give me the code to put in? Like,
well, you just can't have your damn phone.
Okay.
So
what if I hit you with the Kevin Gates or my guy from Why Did I Get Married? What if I got two phones? Is that a problem?
I should have two sets of codes.
Motherfucker. What you need that for? You only need one phone.
That's two sets of distrust.
I need both.
So,
man, all that.
I mean, we're adults at this point. If you're going to be in a relationship, all of this hiding and sneaking stuff, I don't know about
it's not sneaky. It's just everybody has, regardless of whether you're married or not. Everybody
There's no way, even with my kids, I'm going to have access to their codes.
I get it. That's different. That's a kid. That's a kid.
You know this fuck for one.
That's a kid.
And at what part of a marriage is should you have privacy?
I don't.
That's my point.
But here's the thing, and that goes back to, like Alicia said, and there's a trust thing. I'm not gonna go to your phone if I have your code. If you give me your phone and was like, hey, look up such and such, or call such and such or whatever, I didn't ask. I'm like, hey, I don't know how to get your phone.
Okay, I got you. Fingerprint. Boom. Here you go.
But
that's my
code. My code is my fingerprint.
But I guess for us, there's not an issue. He don't feel like he gotta hide anything from me. I feel like I don't have to hide anything from him. Because I give it to him, even if he opened the code, fine, I don't care. If he don't have, if he's in the middle of doing something, he just gave me the code. The code has always been the same. He just gave me the code and was like, there it is. There's no reason. He just don't remember mine. Mine is the same. I give it to him every single time he asks me.
And you know what that says to me, Sylvia, there's trust on both ends. He's not questioning why she should need the code, and vice versa. She don't have the code because she does not trust him. It's a relationship. So there's a certain level of privacy. But no.
What is the level of privacy? Where does privacy come into play?
But here's I'm not trying to read your text messages, go through your call logs.
No, actually, you are.
Certain things. I mean,
relationship.
So if I give you my code, there's no way. Change it.
There's no way. That's exactly what I was going. But
what my thing is, why y'all so concerned about the code? There obviously is something in that damn phone. If it's got you this stressed and vexed that you cannot provide your mate, who you share everything
some shit
with,
I said about your ass when you pissed me off. That's what's in there.
Delete that shit.
That's exactly what's in there. Man, don't you know? Don't you?
That's fine.
Look,
you can say the shit as long as it's not another bitch.
Do you know what's in there? This bitch just did. Do you know that this motherfucker just this sorry motherfucker?
We telling folks our business.
This sorry motherfucker.
And that's true.
So that's what I'm saying. It's privacy. It's not the It's privacy. It's like it's not always sneaky and cheating. It's just that sometimes, the same way y'all do, I might talk some shit about you that I don't want you to hear. I'm talking to a partner. This is my form of therapy. This is my form of venting. So I may not want to call you these names. So I'm gonna call them to him and tell my partner, I don't want you to see that shit. I might forget to delete it. I shouldn't have to delete. I should be able to leave my shit in my phone and not worry about you getting in it.
Well, at that point, if they go in looking for shit, then they deserve to
that's what they're gonna do. There's no way. There's no way a person can have a code to a phone and not go. That's just like giving.
My thing is 9 times out of 10, though, if your mate really knows you,
the balance. Like, here go.
If your mate really knows you, they know you talk shit. I mean, I know, like when I'm talking about something and Jorge talking to his family, you might say something like, "Oh, because I know you're gonna throw me under the bus, or you're gonna say da 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 da." So I mean, it wouldn't surprise me to go through his phone and he'd be like, "This motherfucker here ain't paid not a bill."
Right.
So no, that would not surprise me or shock me.
No, it wouldn't surprise you, but you're not supposed to see it because for the sake of further down inside of the doghouse or issues on top of that issue.
It'll come up eventually.
You know what I'm saying? At some
Hell
point,
yeah.
Go ahead, tell your motherfucking folks, you know what I'm saying? Your ugly ass, you know what I'm saying? Big throat ass. You don't want to cause these problems where, things like that be said. I think one time, this was a long time ago. But I want to say I went through Shay's phone. This is before like all the code shit. That's why I say it's a long time ago. This is before all the codes and all that shit. And she said something to me about her friend. And I was like, a motherfucker. I said, what? You know what? It was like, the wow, I had like 19 W's on the back of that wow. Wow. That's what we doing. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, she like, I was just talking to my friend, blah, blah. What the fuck you going through my phone, blah, blah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, me going through the phone, whether it be just like looking for whatever, there's no way you going to my phone, got my code.
Why were you going through her phone? What was the reason that you were going through her phone in the first place?
Because I'm a dude. Fuck you mean?
Most guys won't admit that they go through women's phones. So what was your intention? That's
what we do. You're not giving me your code. I'm not going to your phone. I'm going to check your texts. I'm going to check it. Just like I know you're going to check mine. We're going to be realistic. I'm going to check your fucking texts. I'm going to. I need to keep you on your fucking toes. That's just a fact. I need to accuse you of some shit. And we'll get into that another time, but I need to accuse you of some shit. Even if I know you ain't doing it, I need to keep you on.
I call a couple numbers. Make sure they are who they say they are.
That's a fact. Who is this nigga? That's my daddy. Yeah, that's what they call all of them. I don't give a fuck. I'm keeping you on your phone. I'm gonna check your text messages. I don't care. Give me your code if you want to. I'm gonna text for you at some point. You like the murders you hear on goddamn TV One. But for me, I'm just being realistic, man. I'm going through your shit. So for me, I just don't think, like, even with finances, I know we were talking about finances, like, even with finances, like, you don't need to know the hell if we got a separate account and we got a joint account, joint is us.
It's a reason for that.
Hey, do your thing. Go through that account, look at the balance. Hell, I tell you the balance. You know why? Because your name on it. But when my name on it, guess who know the balance? My ass. I don't need you to know my balance on my shit. Like, if you got a balance, I'm not going to.
You don't think that that's a lot of secrecy? You don't think that that's a lot of secrecy?
No, I think that's a lot
in a
of
marriage and a relationship.
No, I think that that's. I think that that's safe.
Yeah, I agree. I think you have your joint and you have your separate. And whatever
that's safe. You ever seen them over Jerry Springer, all them females or dudes where they give access to all of 100% of their shit to a person, and then that person leave? You want to holler about, oh yeah, this is trust and that's not trust. If you could do that, then why marry the person? Blah blah blah. No, I ain't got shit to do with it. It's called having a security blanket. In every aspect of life, you should have a security blanket. I don't care.
So should you know exactly how much your mate makes? So should I know exactly how much you make, bonuses, pay, salary, all of that stuff? Should that be disclosed? Since I can't know what's in your bank account.
Mm-hmm. You can know how much I make. I'm not sure about bonuses.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. When I get a little extra,
bonuses are for me. Those are bonuses. I work for bonuses.
And honestly, that number changes. That number can fluctuate.
Yeah.
I'm
If
pretty
I get a
sure most-
bonus, if I get a
most folks are
bonus,
not-
I'm not telling you. Because what you're gonna do is you're going to spend the bonus. Just like you spend the regular fucking check. So
Man.
me being the man, I'm being honest. If you me being the man,
We're just trying
I'm
to see what we can
responsible.
do with the money.
No,
We just
I
want to know what we can do with the
Exactly.
money.
exactly.
We, this ain't no we.
Yeah.
What
Ain't
you talking
ain't little
We are a
somewhere
union.
at Waffle House.
We are
Nah,
a union. We are married.
Man, this shit
We're
is
you.
convenient as hell for you, huh?
we're a union.
I've known
Neo
men.
said I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a force and we're together. Like
He
we're
did say
a
that, and
union.
then he got divorced, and then went back home. And so, but all I can say is, you're not gonna get. I don't think it's fair. And to be honest with you, I would hope, and I encourage. To be honest with you, I encourage my wife to keep her own set of finances. Period. It's not to say that I'm going. It's not to say that I'm gonna be honest with you. I want my wife to be good when I'm gone. I want to set her up for success when I am not here. So the things that I tell her is small things. Like, I'll make you learn how to do an oil change. I don't give a fuck. I don't want you to ask no nigga for nothing, or have to. I mean, if you get one and they do it, fine. But as far as money, knowing how to do certain things,
Encouraging her to be financially responsible is one thing, and I get that. I'm saying to disclose what is in your bank account,
that's
because
how
a lot of
she's
times
responsible.
when people separate, they divorce. A lot of money be hidden,
It should be.
and you don't know where accounts are at, where money is at. No,
It should be that way. It should be that way. It should be that way,
It's gonna
especially
look for it.
because you can't have money if you don't have it. So that means that if it's put away, your ass don't deserve it because you ain't work for it. Period. Now, what you should be
it's in a
doing
marriage.
when you're
What's in a
married-
marriage? It's
you should be-
between the two people.
What you should be doing when you're married, if you're smart, is taking some of that money that you're having while you're a union and putting it to good use.
Most women are doing that, but that
Okay.
still does not mean that I should not know where the money is coming and going from as it relates to your account as well.
I mean,
Do you know how-
is there any effects to you on that?
Yeah.
You said what?
Does it affect you at all?
Yes, not
How?
knowing make me have anxiety. I get nervous and get the shakes.
Oh, okay. Well,
You
yeah,
know,
take
what
it.
if it's a whole nother household that's being taken care of? Do you need to know that?
Now look at your messy ass.
I'm just
that's a
saying.
fact. I got to
just
have
saying,
a
you
separate
need to
account
know
to take care of the separate household.
Are you gonna continue to take care of that household when I'm gone?
the second?
You done lost your damn mind.
Exactly.
You're right. So you want to know
Exactly.
how much I make? I got enough. I
See,
got.
y'all some cheating ass, scamming ass men. What a men that don't have side women,
Ain't
side
nobody
babies.
did
Where
nothing.
they at?
Come on now.
Where they at? You said what?
I said, come on now. This me.
There we go.
Find them for me. So we're gonna move to the
This
next.
man here.
We're gonna move to the next topic. The next topic I want to talk
Right.
about.
Well, make your ass.
Hey man, I'm
No,
being
no
real.
better.
I'm being real.
All right,
wanna-
Abraham Lincoln.
Here's my such a hater.
Hey.
You such a hater. You are such a hater. Yeah, I want to know if surprise topic. I want to know if a man is in the car. Is it okay for a woman to pump her gas?
Ooh, that's a,
You froze, or if something froze. I didn't catch you. I heard it.
Is it okay for a woman to pump her own gas if a man is in the car?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with Chris.
I do it. I don't think there's ever been a point where I've been with her and she has had to pump her gas. Not while I'm in the car, but of course, when she by herself, hell yeah, she pump on.
Well, no, I'm saying when if the man is in the car, if the man is there,
Yeah, like I don't. Yeah,
should he be obligated? Like, is it a must that he pumps the gas?
I don't know if it's a must. What if you just cuss me out? I'm not getting that. Fuck that. Pump your own.
That's a fact. So,
It's kind of one of the chivalry things. You do it in the moment, especially if things good. But if you can piss me off.
Pump your fucking gas.
Oh yeah. Get your ass out there in that cold and that rain and see what it feels like.
I got you.
That's
Okay.
what I already know.
Sylvia.
yeah. Short answer, yes. I'm not even going into it like this. I raised my son that way. Like,
Right, so-
That's just, and I guess you said it's the whole shit thing. And I mean, we losing a lot of that anyway to these later generations. So shit, we gonna hold on to what the hell we can hold on to. So yes,
Why?
yeah,
Why?
because it's the shit thing. That's
Is
like,
chivalry to pump gas?
yes, it's like you out in the elements or whatever. There's just like the whole thing with, you know, when you're walking down on the sidewalk, what side of the sidewalk should you walk on with you and your lady? Like it's
That's
just part.
stupid. Just so we get that out the way.
What?
That's the stupidest shit ever.
Yeah, I swear it is. I
It's
swear
not.
it is.
No, so you would let your child walk on the outside lane? I'm off topic. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. Because to me, I mean, for one, it depends on how well I know you, whether I'm willing to get hit by a car for you, and it depends on usually I would assume it's depends on how good the sex is. You might, if your sex garbage, you might get hit by that truck.
Shit, that might be why you are at the edge of the street right there, because the sex is garbage.
Now, you want me to walk over there? I start thinking about some shit like this might be my chance.
Will you smoke?
This might be my way out. Okay, so Alicia, so I'm guessing you with Sylvia.
I mean, I guess I'm 50-50. I don't really necessarily care for the most part about pumping the gas. I know that for some that is chivalry. He does do it for me, but I've never felt like it's an expectation from me.
Because it's always done. I think if he stops doing it, then you'll realize the expectation.
Yeah.
These are just facts.
It is, because let me tell you why. We were in two separate cars. Stephen was in his car, I was in my car. We were both at the gas pump at the same time.
He got out and pump yours.
No, he didn't. Like, he got finished and he sat in the car and I was looking at him like, what the fuck?
Nigga, we in two separate cars. You get your shit. You get mine.
Yeah, expectation.
Not when you, but that's to make the point that Will just said, not when you've always done it.
Right,
like,
right. You expect it, regardless of if you're around.
I mean,
I expect you.
Exactly.
I
because
guess.
Done it. And
What do you guess?
He was just caught the hell up in what he was doing in the car. He was like, I ain't realized.
I give it to you. I'm gonna give this one to Alicia. So basically, compare it to when you find out the way that you find out your man is probably cheating. And 9 times out of 10, the way a woman, she had just, her technique, she'll say, "Oh, I had intuition." No, you didn't. Your fucking ass didn't. The intuition that you call an intuition is actually you just noticed the change.
We do, but go ahead.
You just noticed the change in the pattern. So he did something on the regular, and you fucking noticed like, hold up, he ain't been doing that shit. I've been able to get his phone. Why he snatching it now? He ain't been coming home late. Why he coming home late now? He ain't been doing this. Why there ain't no fucking intuition? Yeah, shit. That's the same thing that Sherlock Holmes had.
Just noticing a change in pattern.
Nah, exactly. That's it. It's a change in pattern. So it's the same thing as a change in pattern. When you do that, that's when you'll notice it. So when he stops, anything he stops doing, you take notice, and then you start realizing, what the fuck? Like, hold up, nigga, what is wrong with you? So all of a sudden, you just gonna stop pumping the gas? You know what I'm saying? You'll notice it when he stops. Trust me. I don't think that. I mean, I don't know.
I guess, I don't know.
I don't think that men should be obligated. I'm with Chris for one and foremost, or first and foremost.
And I don't necessarily think it's an obligation. Even when I have my boys in the car, well, my younger son anyway, I don't necessarily look at.
No, that should be pumping your
gas. I guess it don't really bother me. That's
no, that should be pumping your gas.
Yeah, but honestly, I think that's starting to be one of the things. Like, it just don't bother. It is like one of those normal. Like, this is just a day-to-day routine type thing. Like, the same way you wash the dishes, you pick something up. This is just something that you got to do regardless. Everybody needs gas, and you're going to need it at some point. They
should be pumping your gas when they're in the car. That's a fact. For young men, and the only reason I say that is because I'm really against men having to do that, but I'm just saying because they got so much damn energy. You got energy.
Do you think?
They just got energy. Like, the motherfuckers got energy.
Rolls over. So do you think that's because when they were young, it rolls over to adulthood? So it's just they automatically do it because they've been doing it all their little life.
Right.
So now since they've been.
And I think sometimes it's also different though, because some, you go into the relationship, and I remember when I saw my son in his first relationship and how he was just this catering, dutiful child,
Right.
and he's one who was not very emotional, not very affectionate at all. But to see him in a relationship, it was like, what the fuck? Who in
Right.
the hell?
Right.
You don't want him to be
So
no
sometimes
do
it
boy.
also
All the
depends
shit you
on
done
the
taught him to do, you don't want to see no woman run over him though. Don't let her do that.
Right.
We know how y'all
But
ass
they'll do the shit.
And you know
But
that's how I felt, right?
And here's- but you know what though? The thing about it is if I'm with Chris, if I'm mad at you, you're not getting your ass pumped.
Straight like that.
If I'm pissed off at you, it's just like you
That's
cooking for me.
it.
It's like you cooking for me when you pissed
That's
off.
exactly what it's like, Will. That's
Same shit.
exactly
I've
what it's
Now you
cooked
understand,
mad
though.
plenty of times.
Yeah,
you
I
still
know
gotta
you
eat.
cook.
You
Well,
still
I mean,
gotta have dinner.
you always mad, so
I'm
I
still
can't.
going to do what I'm supposed to do.
see.
You may, but you may, you may not. Like you said, you cook mad, but you may or may not cook though. There's times
I'm
when
not
you
gonna
haven't
say I'm
done
not
it.
cooking because I'm not gonna cook because I'm not mad. Like
She gonna
I
leave
bet
the
it's
salt out.
never-
Petty.
or put
Ain't
more
gonna,
in.
you're not gonna make the plate.
She'll make it
No,
probably get
I
thrown
still make
down.
Not make the plate.
It's gonna get thrown down. But the thing about it,
When I
for
say
me,
no, it just there's no conversation when it gets served. That's all.
uh-huh.
Or you know, she's the type of give you the plate, no drink.
Right. Or the drink be some bullshit like water. But nah, I just don't think we have to do it. I don't think it's just the same as expecting like when you talk about chivalry is expecting, it goes back to expecting women
3
to do certain
minutes.
things. I know.
Uh-huh.
Actually one.
Oh shit.
So yeah, it's just like you can't expect women to do certain things and just be expecting this shit because they're gonna tell you, oh no, nigga, I work just like you, blah blah blah. So when you pumping that gas and be like, no, motherfucker, when I drive, I pump the gas. When you drive, pump the fucking gas. What's the difference? It ain't like you doing no hit.
My ex used to go above and beyond. No, he used to actually get the car the day before, fill it up, and then already so it be pumped. It's already gassed and full when I get in it.
Oh well, that's
if we want to do anything. Now that's some shit right there.
Who did
My
that?
ex-husband.
And yeah. So check this out.
It means nothing.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
No, you do that type of stuff, and then like you get pallet wood on Father's Day.
You right about that.
Motherfucker had you some pallet wood. You the pump gas, made sure that. I used to do that shit. I go to and get, hey Shay, I put the gas in it, blah blah blah, and then 2 days later she handed me the car. That bitch on backwards. You know, to my motherfucker on so far, eat it, motherfucker on full. You like, damn, it's so behind. I put $30 in that motherfucker to put it on E.
Every time I pull up at the let out, it's a spectacle.